Hello, this is Samantha Clark, and this is my presentation on Paraguay and Boyle's Chapter 8 and 9. This is a focus on how to instruct reading and writing to our second language students in our classrooms. So we have to recognize the research in Paraguay and Boyle when we go into teaching our ESL students in our classrooms. One thing to know is that there is a similarity in the writing process of first and second language writers, especially if our second language learners have started learning writing in their first language. They have some background knowledge about composition. Illustrations aid with language comprehension and production, whether that is images in books or images with texts, or creating images as they are writing. L1 and L2 students make similar mistakes with rhetoric, grammar, spelling, and message construction. So it is good to know that all of our students will be struggling with this, no matter their language proficiency. L2 students differ, though, when it comes to knowledge of vocabulary, syntax, and idioms. So this is something that we might need to focus on more specifically with these students. But difficulties do vary according to their first language alphabet, whether it is similar or different than ours. Structure of their language, it could even be from right to left. So now they're learning to write from left to right or read from left to right. Style, a lot of our writing is very direct, whereas a lot of other languages use more of a narrative structure when it comes to composing essays. And phonetics, how the language sounds. So what we can do, there's actually a lot we can do as the teacher. We can teach process reading and writing, going step by step through the process. Even our L1 students may need this in order to become more proficient. We cannot focus on technical issues during the beginning stages of the process, as this just might slow them down as they are reading and writing, especially writing. Give authentic tasks with a known audience. This makes writing a lot easier for our students. Writing daily, the more that they write, the easier it will be for them, and we want it to become automatic. Access background knowledge about skills and content. This makes them more motivated, and it makes it easier to access the content. Focus on metacognition development, so thinking that is analyzing text, not just reading it to comprehend the content. Focus on schema development of genre knowledge, so we want our students to be aware that there are various types of writing and reading, various genres of literature, genres of academic writing, whether that is for informational or argumentative purposes. Use technology in a modern era. This is very necessary. It can also make it easier for our students when it comes to spelling or learning grammar. Use multicultural sources, so it is easier to access background knowledge, and it makes students feel heard and seen. Choose texts with patterns. That pattern recognition helps with developing the schema of genre knowledge. So possible activities, there are a lot with writing, and I remember prompt. That is something from their own memory that they are writing. So when the content is easier, they get to focus more on the writing itself. Blogging, again, this is usually with a topic that they care about, so the writing process becomes easier. Peer response in author circles, students see others and get their works commented on so that they know where to improve and they decide what they want to work on. Publish works, whether that's in a class newspaper or on the walls. Scaffolding literacy, maybe with sentence frames or in a chart. Discussions and brainstorms, so a graphic organizer as they create their written piece. Stories based on images helps a lot, as we talked about the illustrations, moving from a visual representation to a written representation of a story. Riddles and poems help develop figurative language and subtext knowledge. Journals, again, this is easier because students are learning how to stream write and write without thinking and translating first. Clustering, so this is similar to brainstorming, but pulling together things that are similar so that they connect ideas to each other. Free writing, so again, learning how to stream write and automatically write. This can be on any topic, and this goes with writing daily. Show and not tell, so this is moving from direct language to descriptive and figurative language. Instead of directly saying what we mean, describing a scene or describing an idea. Voice analysis, analyzing the voice of others, helps us form our own voice. And then this transitions into reading practices. If we have missing words in a passage, students can develop an understanding of what language fits where. Guided reading, so if it's the instructor reading with the students to help develop literacy. Text-dependent questions to help students focus on specific aspects that we want them to learn. Dramatic expression with performing arts helps comprehend the text. Link art with literature, so not always performing art, but also visual arts help connect our students to the content. And story maps and timelines to help understand the order of a story, whether that's Freytag's pyramid, moving from introduction to climax to denouement. Thank you so much.